Hello, everyone. This is LJ and BB coming with you today. We're going to revert back just a little bit and invite our special guest, my nephew, BB's son. His precious, so precious children are here to talk about their experience with finding out that their father had passed away. And when I tell you, the voices of little babes is so endearing. And I can't wait for you guys to hear it and share your stories. BB?
And as usual, I would like to start out by saying if you're having suicidal thoughts or suicidal ideations, please call 988 for help, for information, support, resources, or advice. Please don't hesitate to call. And today we're speaking with MD and Kylie. MD is 17 and Kylie is 16. They are my son's daughters, and they would like to share their thoughts and hindsights and emotions or anything else that they would like to share about what happened to their dad. And they're gonna pick up with me after I called their mom and told her what had happened. Then Kylie's gonna pick up from there because she was the one at home at the time. Okay, Kylie.
So it was around like 11:30, because that's when I usually eat lunch, because I was homeschooled at the time. Um, and as I'm leaving my room, I usually go and ask my mom what we're doing for lunch, and my cousin was in there, and I saw my cousin crying, and I didn't think anything of it because she's usually in my mom's room crying about stuff. And she tells me to go to my room, so I go to my room, and I sit in there for a couple minutes, and then I go out to get some food. And I see my grandma, and she looks at me weird and says hi. So I was like, hi. And I go about my day and I make my food. And it took like 10 minutes. And my mom tells me she's going to pick up my sister from school. So I go with her, and the entire time I'm like asking her what was going on with my cousin, and she just wouldn't tell me. And then we picked up my sister, and on the way home, um, she tells us that she had both our brothers there, um that she had to tell us something, um and then yeah. Then and we saw our brothers making food in the kitchen, and we were all just standing around, and my mom just kind of blurted out that our dad was dead, and me and my second oldest brother like locked eyes for like 10 seconds, and because we always had like a feeling that something like this would happen. So, we just stared at each other, just shaking our head. No, we weren't really like crying. We just stared at each other. Um,
MD, or you want to share what happened where you were or your thoughts were when you got a notice at school that your mom was coming to get you?
Uh, yeah, so it was like almost the end of the school day, and out of nowhere, I I just get a call that I need to get up to the office because I was getting checked out, and I was extremely confused because I had no notice of me having to leave school. I didn't know anything about a doctor's appointment, so it was very confusing on why I was getting checked out because it was so random. And when I get up to the office, my mind was just racing. I kept on trying to think of a reason why I was leaving because I thought maybe I did something and I was in trouble, but that wasn't the case. And as soon as I saw my sister in the car, I was even more confused because I just knew deep down something was going on and something wasn't right. And on the whole way home, we just kept on joking around, trying to figure out what was going on, just laughing about it. And when we finally get to the house, we just all gathered around, and it just got real quiet and real sentimental because my mom just sat there for a good second before she just blurted out that our dad was dead, and we just had a complete moment of silence. And just try to process everything that was going on and trying to figure out if this was real or not because we were so confused and there were a lot of emotions at play.
Okay, Kylie, once you and your brother had that few second stare at each other and shaking your heads in disbelief, what happened next with you?
I kind of just walked away to my room, to call my dad to make sure that like everything like actually happened. Um, and I looked at our messages and realized that I talked to him the day before.
Okay, MD, after your mom shared the news that your dad had passed, what went on with you?
Um, for a second, I didn't even like cry or anything. I just kind of sat there, like in real shock and everything, because I didn't know how to process. It was just a lot to take in hearing that your dad has passed away. So for a good like 10 minutes, I just sat there staring at the floor, trying to understand the whole situation. And after we all had our hugs and everything, trying to comfort each other, I just went to my room because I felt like I really needed to be alone and everything to fully understand the situation.
So these are the thoughts and remembrances of two teenage girls, and actually at the time they were 15 and 16 at the time that their dad died, and they're just trying to put it all together and think about what they want to share and what they want to say. So we're going to end their part today with what they've shared so far. And maybe in a future episode, they'll come back and share some more information and possibly more hindsights and thoughts about things that they remember, and um, what else that they may want to share. It's still kind of fresh in everyone's mind, even though it's been 6 months. Like I stated once before, sometimes it seems like yesterday, and sometimes it seems like forever ago. In my mind, I'm assuming it may be the same way that they feel when they think about everything that happened. It also saddens me when I think about all the things that he's missed. In February, he missed MD's birthday. He missed his youngest son's birthday. He just missed Kylie's sweet 16 birthday. And then the oldest son's birthday is in a week. And it just makes me very sad that he is missing all of this for his kids. I also think about boyfriends for these girls and proms and eventual weddings. So, MD, what are your thoughts about those?
Um, it's kind of weird to think about that because these are like special moments that you're supposed to have with the father. Like walking down the aisle with him meeting your boyfriend or husband or whatever. Because I thought a lot about that. Personally, I would not go to prom. It's just not a thing that I would do. But either way, he's supposed to be there for you no matter what. Tell you you look beautiful and hold your hand the whole entire way. He's supposed to be there to help you with uh everything, really. Um and just knowing that I won't get the chance to have my father meet the guy that I want to spend the rest of my life with because I thought they would for sure love each other and get along, and I was really looking forward to that. And it's not just about weddings and proms and all of that, it's about having kids in the future, him being a grandfather, and him having a great bond with your own kids. So that's just even more heartbreaking to know that he's not going to be there to share that with you.
And the girls have shared their stories in hopes that if someone else has gone through losing a loved one to suicide, that their thoughts would help them in some way. Or if you are considering suicide or have suicidal ideations, that this will help you to see what happens to the people that you will leave behind. We really hope that our podcast will help someone in some way. And again, if you have suicidal thoughts or suicidal ideations, please call 988 and get the help that you need in order to not do or to make a horrible, horrible choice that can't be undone. And I want to thank my granddaughters for coming on and sharing their stories with us today.
Goodness gracious. After listening to those sweet voices explain their hurtful hearts of losing their father, being pulled out of school to only learn such devastating life-changing news, and hearing their future losses of being walked down the aisle, seeing them in prom dresses, chasing off potential boyfriends that their dad would do if he were still here. Bless you girls, you are so beautiful. Again, we want to invite anyone at any time to share their stories. Each Tuesday, please tune in to our Hindsight Hurts YouTube podcast. Please email us at hindsighthurts@mail.com and follow us on Facebook at Hindsight Hurts. Thank you so much.